So fight one, I had Triple G winning the fight by 4 points. Of the 36 minutes that they battled at the T-Mobile Arena, I thought that Gennady won about 20 of them. He threw more punches. He landed more punches. In fact, he landed more punches in 10 of the 12 rounds. He was the guy coming forward. He was the guy making the fight. Triple G won the first fight. But to be more decisive, what he needs to do is, first off, he needs to get off to a better start than he did in their first fight. I thought Canelo took at least 2 of the first 3 rounds. The most important thing for Triple G is to work the body of Canelo Alvarez. Gennady used to be one of the most prolific body punchers in the sport, and he's kind of abandoned that even the last few years, as a matter of fact. So he really needs to go to the body. He needs to do it early and often, and what that'll do is a number of positive things for Triple G. Number one, going to the body will set up the headshots. There were too many headshots that were thrown and missed. They weren't set up by anything. The body attack will slow Canelo Alvarez down. He started to have the mouth open and start to fatigue in round number 6. This was without any body attack whatsoever from Triple G. So go to the body, dig to the body. It'll set up the head attack. It'll slow down Canelo. Obviously, it'll back him against the ropes. Now, Triple G did a great job of backing Canelo against the ropes, but he didn't keep him there when he had him there. What he needs to do when he gets him there and lands a big shot is not step back and admire his work. He needs to finish his work. He also needs to take a step to the right to keep Canelo pinned. And when he throws that right hand, he threw the straight right, he needs to torque that right, throw a torquing right, because Canelo did a great job of flipping his shoulder and neck to the right and then skedaddling off to his left. And by throwing that torquing shot, that'll be much more effective once he has Canelo on the ropes. But the most important thing, above and beyond all of that and the X's and O's, Triple G needs to show less than 0 respect for Canelo Alvarez. In fact, he needs to show him contempt on September 15th. Look, I had Triple G winning the first fight, but I got to tell you something. Canelo Alvarez, at times, fought brilliantly in their first fight. Just wasn't enough of it. First off, what Canelo Alvarez needs to do is his landscape needs to be the center of the ring. By doing that, he'll be able to use his boxing skills. It'll help with his youth and athleticism and speed. He's certainly the faster of these two and the younger and a better combination puncher. He needs the fight to be in the center of the ring. Canelo also needs to counteract what was clearly Gennady Golovkin's best punch in their first fight. That was his left jab. Well, what Canelo needs to do is you don't hook with a hooker, but you jab with a jabber. He needs to establish his own left jab during the fight, and that, in many ways, could counteract Triple G's tremendous jab, which right now is the most prolific jab in all of boxing. But mainly what he has to do is what I alluded to earlier. He's got to be busier. It can't just be fighting in moments, in spurts, in sound bites. He needs to let his hands go. He needs to fight 3 minutes of a round in order to make this a moment for him where there will be no doubt about the decision if it goes to the scorecards. So much has happened since their first fight a year ago. Obviously, the clenbuterol. Canelo testing positive. He blames it on the meet in Mexico. But clearly, Canelo's reputation is on the line. Boxing fans, his own fans, wonder, is he a cheat? And that's all external stuff. If he is a cheat, internally, he's going to wonder, I got to go inside the T-Mobile Arena September the 15th, and how am I going to perform without my Viagra? When you talk about the age of these two guys, it seems as though all that, the edge goes to Canelo Alvarez. He's 8 years the junior of Gennady Golovkin. But, you know, we should point out that Canelo Alvarez actually turned pro in 2005. That's a year before Gennady did. He's had 13 more pro fights than Triple G, 180 more rounds than Triple G. And Canelo's faced some really good opposition in recent years. Having said that, there's no doubt I have seen the slippage in Gennady Golovkin the last couple of years. He clearly can't pull the trigger as he once did. But if he applies these tactics that I mentioned, you know, going to the body more and showing no respect whatever for Canelo Alvarez, I think at age 36, he has one last great performance. I think he'll be more emphatic, more dramatic, and I like Gennady Golovkin to win the fight on September the 15th.